Penn has been a spearhead in really developing many of the clinical trials that have come to approved medications. In addition, the program here at Penn being multidisciplinary, having many team members that are involved in the care of MS, provides the optimal care for an MS patient.
At the Penn MS Center, we have comprehensive clinical and research teams that will provide you with the most effective treatments to keep you living your life to the fullest.
For more than a century, AmerisourceBergen has played a vital role in healthcare, driven by a simple but profound insight. Without health, the future is unclear. These extraordinary times shine a new light on the work we do to make healthcare more accessible, efficient, and reliable for people and communities across the world. Because we believe in the promise of bright, healthy tomorrows.
Tom and I are excited to support the National MS Society for almost 20 years of WAM's Luncheon. And most of all, we'd like to congratulate Dr. Dena Jacobs on a well-deserved recognition with the Women of Spirit Award.
I want to second everything that Christine just said, and a special thanks to Dr. Dena Jacobs. Not only is she a world-class doctor, but she is a caring human being, and that is just a terrific, special combination. So we're lucky to have her in our lives, so thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Women Against MS presented by Penn Medicine. I'm Natasha Brown with CBS 3, and I am so excited to be with everyone this afternoon. Even though it's virtually, we're still going to have a lot of fun and raise a lot of money. So thank you so much for being with us. Now, you just saw a few messages from our sponsors just a short time ago, and you will find out a lot more about just what these people are doing and how many people and organizations who have made today's event possible. We'll hear about them a little bit later on in the program. Now, 75 years ago, a movement began that changed the world for people affected by MS. A woman by the name of Sylvia Lowry placed an ad in the New York Times after her brother began experiencing problems with his sight and with his balance. Now, the ad asked that anyone who had recovered from MS please respond. And instead of information about a possible treatment or a cure for her brother, she actually received dozens of responses from people in the same exact situation. That was when Sylvia realized there was certainly a need for an organized effort, an organized movement to find an effective treatment for MS. So what began as one woman's vision, the original Woman Against MS, is now, it's a nationwide organization leading a global effort. We've seen our share of challenges, as we all know, and crises, including the COVID-19 pandemic, which we are all stuck in the midst of still, even now, but we won't stop until we do have a cure. And that is certainly going to be the mission until there's a cure for every person living with this disease. Now, we've seen the Philadelphia Women Against MS raise funds and awareness for 19 years to help fuel research on this, and also to just fuel research and treatments, thanks to all of you and our amazing sponsors. So we do want to make sure that you know our auction and donation page, it's live. And you can donate, we want you to donate all throughout this entire program. So you can do that by texting WAMS 2021 to 76278. That's WAMS 2021, no space, or go to wams2021.givesmart.com. Now, our auction is also open. It will be open until Monday, September 20th at 5 p.m. We have exciting items for you, lots of great stuff here, Phillies tickets, leadership coaching sessions, some golf foursomes. I'm learning how to play golf myself, beautiful artwork for you, and some jewelry as well. So you can browse the auction at our event website. That's listed on your screen, so feel free to do that. Now, we are also here because we care deeply about this mission of the National MS Society to cure MS while empowering people affected by MS to live their absolute best lives. Despite this year's event being virtual, again, because we have to be, we will not let the pandemic stop us from our collective mission of creating a world free of MS altogether. So let's make this fun and interactive, even though we're all in our little squares, we're all separated virtually, but we are all still in this together personally to make a difference. So I encourage everyone to chime in throughout this program in the YouTube chat box. You can do so that way. Let us know when you're feeling moved, inspired, and the first thing that you can let us know is where you're tuning in from. We like to see exactly where everyone is right now. And of course, we are also excited to honor Dr. Dina Jacobs of Penn Medicine as our Woman of Spirit and hear from the remarkable Cheryl Heil, a marathon runner living with MS right now, who's run marathons in all 7 continents. How amazing is that, everyone? And she deserves certainly applause and recognition. So we also can't forget to thank our very important sponsors today, folks that are allowing this to happen today. Our presenting sponsor, Penn Medicine, our medical milestone sponsor, Novartis, our platinum sponsors, Biogen, AmerisourceBergen, Tom and Christine Nerney, Wells Fargo, and our gold sponsors, Bristol Myers Squibb, Diversified Search, Fox Rothschild LLP, Independence Blue Cross, Eileen McDonald, Bob and Judy Spires, The Leader's Edge, the Melior Group, and our silver and bronze sponsors up on the screen here. And last but not least, our amazing WAMS committee. This event simply would not be possible without all of the effort that's been put into making this happen. And I am now going to ask 2 of our luncheon co-chairs, Molly Shepard and Wendy Wasick, to share how this society has continued to support those affected by MS during the pandemic and far beyond.
Thank you to all of you for joining us for our 2nd virtual Women Against MS Luncheon. Last year, when we were forced to go virtual with our event, I know many of us thought it would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And as recently as July, we were hoping to be together in person to celebrate another year of progress toward a world free of MS. But then the Delta variant numbers started to tick up, masking rules were reinstated, and after trying to find an outdoor venue that would work for us, the committee made the difficult decision to go virtual once again. However, I am pleased to say we have a great honoree and a great program in store for you today. I am proud to say that this is my 19th year as the co-chair for this event. I'm committed to continuing what has become such a wonderful local tradition because it is what people like my sister Amy, who lives with MS, need us to do. The pandemic hasn't stopped the WAMS committee, and it hasn't stopped the MS Society from continuing to lead the MS movement. And to tell us more about the progress the MS Society continues to make, I'm pleased to introduce my fellow co-chair, Wendy Wasick. Wendy is a member of the local board of trustees and recently joined the Society's National Board of Directors.
Thanks, Molly. Well, it hasn't been easy, but the MS Society has continued moving forward during the pandemic. In March of last year, we quickly adapted to meet the urgent needs of the MS community. For example, our MS Navigator service continues to be available for every person affected by MS, no matter where they live, helping people with employment issues, financial needs, emotional support, and many other unique challenges that come with MS. The Society also hosts weekly webinars that provide people with an opportunity to get answers to their questions about COVID-19 and other important topics. The Society also creates webinars for MS healthcare providers, so we can share the latest information on caring for patients during the COVID-19 outbreak. Thanks to the generous support of people like you, the MS Society continues to be a world leader in supporting and providing vital information to individuals living with MS. For example, the Society has created a registry to track the health outcomes of people living with MS during COVID. And the resulting report showed that although the MS population does not have worse overall outcomes, some people are more at risk, including those with progressive MS and people using certain disease-modifying therapies. Now researchers are studying the possible benefits of a vaccine booster for people living with MS. I also want to mention that before COVID-19, the Society had achieved more breakthroughs for MS than were achieved for any other neurological disease. The National MS Society has paved the way for nearly all of the 22 treatment options available today. And our progress is accelerating. We've achieved more in the past 5 years than in the previous 70 years, but it will take all of us to continue this momentum.
The MS movement is resilient. And while our world may look different today, and we aren't sure what it will look like tomorrow, our commitment to people affected by MS has not changed, and my commitment to my sister has not wavered. The MS Society was founded in 1946. What began as one woman's vision and commitment is now a nationwide organization leading the global charge to create a world free of MS. Now, 75 years later, the next chapter in our story could be the last chapter for MS. Together, we can be the generation that ends the disease and changes life for millions of people affected by MS. And on behalf of everyone affected by MS, I thank you all for being with us today.
Well, thank you so much, Molly and Wendy. Thank you so much for that update and for all that you do to make this event happen year after year. And even now in the midst of a pandemic, which makes it a little more difficult, clearly we are still here for this event no matter what. So before we move on to our next guest, I did want to give you a sneak peek again at our auction items. Lots of great stuff here, so we want you to take advantage. So let's see what we have. Of course, here are some of our auction items here. So we do want to make sure that you have an opportunity to see what you have here. There's a golf outing, golf foursome here, Phillies tickets, lots going on here. So the auction will close on Monday, September 20th at 5 p.m. So you do have lots of time to get your auction items and to go to whams2021.givesmart.com and bid on any of these items. So we want to make sure that you head there and do that as soon as possible. And now it is my pleasure to introduce someone who is truly an inspiration to the MS community. So please help me in welcoming Cheryl Heil.
Hello, everyone. Greetings from the state of Washington. I am so honored to be with you today. My husband, Brian, and I have been together for 27 years, and he has a pretty good analogy to describe me. He says I'm like a sports car. I have a powerful engine and the ability to run for a long time. However, some of the plastic insulation has been stripped from the wires, causing a weak electrical current to the spark plugs. No matter how hard I press on the gas pedal, the engine does not run as efficiently as it should. As a result, the car runs slow, even though it craves to go fast. And that's what it's like being a runner living with MS. I have been running marathons since 2000, and I was diagnosed with MS in October of 2006. I was shocked. The only other person I knew with MS was my coworker, and she didn't have a great reputation. People thought she was lazy because she made a lot of mistakes and was tired all the time. Plus, she had great difficulty getting around and had to use a scooter all day. I thought that was going to be my future. I fell into depression and had to go on antidepressants. But Brian encouraged me to keep on running. And I found that just 30 minutes of exercise really elevated my spirits and made me feel better about myself, even more so than the antidepressants, which just left me feeling sluggish all day. I was really hooked on that runner's high, so I started registering for a bunch of races. I wanted to stay active and fight MS. I also loved racing, and I wasn't sure how much longer I could run with MS. I also liked that the races were dates in the future because they were goals that I could work towards and strive for. And goals are my key to surviving my MS. But I soon started tripping and falling while running. I went to my neurologist and she pulled up my MRIs. She said I have 2 lesions in my cervical spine. Damage to the myelin has weakened the electrical signal from my brain to my right leg. Because of that, I constantly feel like I'm going to trip and fall while running. My neurologist said this is a common symptom of MS called foot drop. I asked her what I can do about it, figuring she would just send me to physical therapy, but no. Instead, she said to me, lower your expectations. And that really pissed me off. It also lit a fire under me because I wanted to prove her wrong. And from that day forward, my mantra became, I do what I can and I never give up. I went out on my own and I was lucky to find an amazing orthotist, Ara Mirzayan. He outfitted me with an ankle foot orthosis. It is a brace made out of carbon fiber, so it's light yet sturdy enough for exercise. Ara said that I could continue to run, but he warned me that long distances such as marathons might not be a possibility. I love Ara, but I also wanted to prove him wrong. And I'm happy to report I have completed over 400 races, including 56 marathons since my diagnosis. And I currently have no fear of falling. I have had disease progression through the years though. I have more than 50 lesions in my brain, and I have almost become like my coworker. I make a lot of mistakes, and I'm tired all the time. I ended up having to leave my job, and that was a really tough decision because I had that position for more than 17 years. I also have new lesions in my thoracic spine, which makes running a lot more laborious, and I constantly feel like I have to go to the bathroom. Perhaps the most disconcerting symptoms are terrible electric shocks and the sensation of snakes crawling around in my upper back. And they're most prominent at night when I'm trying to fall asleep. I just started my 4th disease-modifying therapy since diagnosis, and I just hope this is the one drug that will stop the progression. It's tough, but I still fight. I have a lot of encouragement and support from Brian and my friends at the MS Society. Throughout all of my running, I've always known I wanted to do something big for the MS Society because they were instrumental in educating me about the disease. When I was diagnosed, I made the mistake of searching the internet. Brian would find me at 3 o'clock in the morning, crying in front of my laptop because I thought I was going to get every single horrible symptom of MS. But it was the MS Society who taught me the true facts about the disease through meetings for the newly diagnosed, programs like Knowledge is Power, and at inspirational events like Bike MS and Walk MS. I learned that MS is not a death sentence, and I can have a great life despite having MS, as long as I work hard. That is empowering. Now it is my turn to give back to the MS community by spreading awareness of the disease and empowering others, especially the newly diagnosed, to never give up and to never lower their expectations. I wanted my reach to have a global impact, and as I mentioned earlier, I create goals to push myself forward. In 2017, I accomplished a pretty big goal by becoming the first person with MS to run 7 marathons on 7 continents, and I ran them all in exactly 12 months. And as you can see from the picture, there were actually 8. In the middle of my journey, I heard news from the BBC and National Geographic that New Zealand should be considered our 8th continent. I am nothing if not thorough, so I added that 8th marathon. Brian is also my running guide, and he was just thrilled to know that he would have to run an extra 26.2 miles. During my adventure, I met so many people with MS who are runners or want to become runners. I wanted to bring everyone together, and in 2018, I created a team called Run a Mile in My Shoes. We are made up of MS warriors and our supporters. Our first event was at the Detroit Marathon, Half Marathon, and 5K. 55 of us met in Detroit, and another 41 people were virtual teammates from around the world on all 8 continents, including Antarctica. In 2019, the following year, our team tripled in size, where we met in Richmond, Virginia, and also had our virtual team. But because of the pandemic, 2020 was all virtual, but we still managed to grow. We had 375 teammates and represented 42 states and 19 countries. And we're not all just runners. A lot of people have joined us virtually by hiking, swimming, cycling, paddling, rock wall climbing, doing yoga, and even line dancing. This year, we will be reuniting in Indianapolis at the marathon, half marathon, and 5K in November. Plus, we will have our virtual team. If you are an MS warrior or love somebody with MS, please consider joining Run a Mile in My Shoes. The team shirt is included, and it's really nice. Our goal as a team is to not only support each other as athletes with MS, but we want to encourage other people with MS to keep on pushing forward to the best of their abilities, despite a disease that compromises mobility. Because together, we can push the pedal to the metal all the way to the finish line. Now more than ever, those of us living with MS need your support and generosity. Please make a donation today at wams2021.givesmart.com. Your donation means so much to so many people. Thank you.
Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for sharing your amazing and inspirational story with us. And most importantly, teaching us that you should never, ever give up despite your circumstances. So that's what the MS Society is all about, continuing to make lives the best that they can possibly be while living with this disease. So we do want to thank Cheryl again for just talking to us about her story. Every day, we know that generous supporters and folks who are supporting this mission are giving to the cause. So we do want to make an impact right now. That's why we're here. We want to give you an opportunity to do that. We need your help today to make sure that everyone who's living with MS really is able to live their absolute best lives. So every donation counts. Please make a donation. We have never been closer to a cure at this point, to understanding how to prevent the disease and reverse its course, to bringing life-changing solutions and treatments to everyone who's living with MS. It is only possible as long as you get involved and generous donors like you help us. So let's join together and help create a world free of MS. So here are lots of supporters already. You can text us if you'd like to. Text WAMS 2021 to 76278. $18,455. Yay, we're on our way. I appreciate all of your donations at this point. So we do appreciate that. And we do want to give you an opportunity, again, to make any donation that you would like to make. Every bit helps. You should have received by now a text from GiveSmart just now with a link to our donation page. That's going to make it a lot easier for you. And when you give now, your name will appear on the screen with all of our MS champions. And I believe that's what we're seeing scrolling here. So that's a good thing. Your name will appear there. And there is also a very special reason to give right now as well. So let's see what it is.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us at the Women and Men Against MS event. I'm Rhonda Cates,
And I am Tom Clifford, and together Rhonda and I have been supporting the MS Society for many years through donations of time, treasure, and talent.
Thank you so much if you joined us last year in the appeal match. It is our honor to do that again today. We're offering everyone an opportunity to double any donation they make right now. We're offering an appeal match of $10,000. What this means is we will match up to $10,000 in gifts during today's event. We encourage everyone to donate now to double their gift.
A donation of any amount is important and vital to us having a world free of MS. Thank you in advance for your contribution and supporting the MS Society.
Thank you so much to Rhonda and Tom. Thank you so much, Rhonda and Tom. We so appreciate you inspiring others to give and be generous with their donation this afternoon, and for committing to be our appeal match. So we always appreciate that for the second year in a row. We are so grateful for that. So now other people have to step up. You have to do the match. That means that we need to get to at least more than $10,000 plus whatever is on the screen right now. So whatever we're at right now, we need to get to even more than that, at least up to $10,000 more than that. So we will hope that that will happen. And we will of course be keeping you posted all throughout this program. We'll be bringing you up to date throughout the program. So again, we just want to give you an opportunity to donate WAMS 2021. You can text that to 76278, or you can go to the website, wams2021.givesmart.com. Any donation helps. We want to make sure we get to our target goal. So we really, really need you. And we see the names again scrolling of some of the folks who have already been donating. $18,855. Nice. We're getting there. We're getting there. So please go to our GiveSmart page from the text that you just received, or visit WAMS 2021 to givesmart.com and give right now to double your impact and to see your name there scrolling on the screen. Everybody wants to see their name in stars, right? Lit up on the screen. Even though I'm looking to see there, yeah, lots of names coming through. So we want to make sure that your name gets there as well on the screen. So leave a comment also to tell us who in your life has inspired you to be here today and to support the vital research that is most needed and the programs and services and advocacy for people living with MS. Molly.
Well, there we go. The virtual world just took me by surprise. I love that number, Natasha. It's great to see it rising like that. And it is the generosity of people like you that give us all hope. So much has been accomplished with MS, but we have to keep on pushing forward. We haven't figured out yet how to repair the damage that the nervous system is when it's affected by MS. We haven't figured out a way to prevent MS from happening. And most of all, we haven't found a cure. There are 1 million people plus living with MS today who need our help. We are making an investment that could go towards funding the next big scientific breakthrough. So you are helping to fund all of these things today, all the programs and services for all of those living with MS. And we're so grateful. Many of you who have been struggling during the pandemic, especially. The MS Society is here to support people affected by MS, including the loved ones of people living with the disease. The Society has educational resources and specifically for care partners, and can connect them with other people facing the same challenges. In addition, we can help people access counseling services and respite care, which give care partners a break and gives them a time to take care of themselves. So please give. I'm going to, as soon as I get off, give myself, and I just hope that you all join us all. Thank you.
Molly, thank you so much. And thank you so much for just your commitment to the MS Society and your donation and commitment overall. Thank you so much. And we do want to make sure that everyone understands, like Molly says, every donation does matter. So we want to keep seeing the number on the screen rise. Yay, $20,871. We see the confetti. That's a big deal. When we see confetti, I understand that's when we celebrate. So whenever you see confetti, that's a big deal. So $20,871. Thank you so much to everyone who is donating, and please continue to donate. There is still lots and lots of time to keep that number rising. So we want to give you an opportunity to understand as well just how much money, really funds certain things. So $2,500 funds 1 week of a multi-year research project trying to uncover the next MS breakthrough. $1,000 makes a vehicle more accessible to help someone living with MS maintain their independence. We all know how important it is to feel independent despite whatever you're going through. $500 provides up to 6 months of in-person counseling services to someone living with MS. And actually, such an important service. More than half of all people living with MS, we understand, have disease-related depression. And the MS Society is doing everything possible to address that issue as well and keep everyone's mental state as positive as possible. So $250 provides dedicated support from an MS navigator. That's a specially trained social worker to address their unique MS needs. And again, we just want to thank everyone for their donations. Again, anyone who has been donating, you'll see your name there scrolled along the screen. We were celebrating there. We had the little confetti toss, just the virtual one. We wish we had real confetti. Next year we will, don't worry. But thank you so much to everyone for your generous support. We so appreciate it. We want you to keep donating. As we said, you can go to text WHAMS 2021 to 76278 or whams2021.givesmart.com. So thanks again, everyone, for your generous support. People with MS certainly need us now more than ever, and you are making a big difference and a breakthrough in their lives. So before I ask two former recipients of this award, Linda McAleer and Judy Spires, to make the official presentation, let's take now a moment to learn more about our woman of spirit. That would be the one and only Dr. Dena Jacobs.
In 2013, I lost my vision suddenly overnight and was admitted to the hospital and was told that I had multiple sclerosis. And so I was without vision for about 2 months. It was quite traumatic because I did not know what was happening. I thought I was dying. I thought I had cancer. I had absolutely no idea. I moved over to Dr. Jacobs shortly thereafter because I wanted to be with UPenn, and I heard about her reputation, and I was really happy once I met her, and she was so comforting and kind, and also a woman who I could identify with.
She is a very caring, thoughtful doctor, and I call her my MS interpreter. If I have any questions, I ask her. If I have any concerns, I share them with her. She has been very thoughtful in how she has cared for me and explained things to me about the disease. Dr. Jacobs is not going to just dictate something or, write a prescription and I'll see you in 6 months. She's very collaborative with my treatment, with me and with others of my medical team. And that's so very important. The way she shows empathy, it's really genuine. She's really very authentic in that way. And, I just love her. She's a good lady, good person.
Working in the field of neurology and MS neurology specifically, it's really nice to have really strong, smart, and compassionate female role models for younger faculty to look up to. And Dena Jacobs is absolutely that wonderful role model. One of the surprising things that I've learned about Dena is that she seems to have a lot of costumes or gag masks and funny things that she uses to spice up our now virtual meetings. And so I guess I wasn't expecting her to have such a good sense of humor and to take, obviously as a very serious professional who has touched so many people's lives, but also just have a really lighthearted side to her. I think that's been a kind of fun and surprising part of working with Dena.
Dena is very keen to engage and help roll out our research programs. She has been critical in the rebuilding of our clinical research team, a program that has shifted its focus from largely industry-sponsored clinical trials to investigator-initiated studies, not the least of which are recent efforts in relations to vaccine and booster vaccines for COVID. She has been a role model to the new team members recruited and has again been able to bring a particular skill set, not just in the process, but in championing each individual as they come in and become integrated into our team. And this has been incredibly important for not just the research process itself, but also individual team members' well-being and morale overall. She really is a particularly terrific individual whose heart is in the right place always. And we have all benefited from her energy and her passion, and a role model to all of us. Dina has a particular soft spot and tremendous commitment to women's issues in MS. She, with others in our program and with colleagues at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, CHOP, for our age span program, has been spearheading the Women's Issues in MS program. She has engaged and networked with national and international colleagues in the field. She has been rolling out with others programs that are patient-facing, as well as educational programs for us as a team and for the broad community. And I can think of no one more deserving, Dina, than you for this year's Women of Spirit Award by the Women's Against MS.
We are so pleased to be here today with you to honor Dr. Dena Jacobs with our Woman of Spirit Award. This is the 19th time we've presented this award, and some of the prior recipients are here with us today. Welcome to you. You know that all of our prior recipients have been wonderful and very deserving, but Dina is different for me. Many of you know firsthand what an exceptional MS specialist Dina is. Many of you also know that my sister Irene lives with MS. 2 years ago, Irene had an appointment to see Dina, and Dina was so special with her caring, her empathy, and her ability and willingness to listen to us. At that visit, we had to make some tough decisions, and Dina let us know she was there for us, always available and willing to try something different. I'll always remember that time with her.
I know this pandemic hasn't been easy for anyone, but I don't really think any of us outside of the medical community truly understand what the past 552 days have been like for professionals like Dina. While most of us were able to create and keep a COVID bubble where we could feel safe and protected, people like Dina and her husband, Jim, who also works in the neurology department, just kept going to work because they had to, because their patients needed them to. That doesn't mean everything stayed the same for Dina and the rest of the team at the University of Pennsylvania. Though she was in the MS clinic, many of her patients were not. Dina quickly embraced telemedicine as part of her practice, and she knows that it's here to stay for those patients with limited mobility or limited means to get to the clinic. Dina is also credited by her colleagues as taking a leadership role in helping the MS clinic continue to serve patients as safely as possible during the pandemic and helping them create a tight-knit supportive team. And then there's the time devoted to research. Dina oversees the clinical research team that is now working on NIH-funded studies looking at the COVID vaccine immune response of people taking certain MS treatments. This work is incredibly important to the entire MS community as people start to evaluate the need for vaccine boosters.
There are probably a few things you don't know about Dina, such as she was always destined for greatness. In fact, it was in the first grade that she was chosen to play Snow White. But as her lifelong friend Michael notes, Dina wasn't one to wait for a prince, nor did she need anyone to wake her up. You probably don't know that she met Jim, her husband, because she was hanging out in the used record CD shop he ran near Penn when she was an undergrad. Also, that before the pandemic, she enjoyed nothing more than a night at Rangoon Restaurant or Zahav. Or that she originally wanted to become an OBGYN, but she discovered that working with MS, she could merge her intellectual curiosity with her desire to help women overcome what can be a devastating disease. And she's done just that, specializing in providing support and family planning services to women diagnosed with MS. And you may not know that despite all the pressures on her at the MS clinic for the past year and a half, she found time to lead the COVID protocols committee for her synagogue. And on weekends, she was volunteering at vaccine clinics in West and South Philadelphia because, in the words of her husband, she really knows how to unwind on weekends. But busy as she is, she's always there for her children, Max and Emma.
Within the world of neurology, multiple sclerosis is not the shiniest of objects. There are other specialties that have a higher profile and are more lucrative. It takes a unique individual to want to specialize in MS. And there are those specialists who are interested in the complexities and mechanics of the disease. And then there are those who are focused on the patients themselves. That's Dina. She partners with patients and their families to find treatments that will slow progression of the disease, which when Dina first started wasn't easy. In the late 90s, there were few treatments with limited efficacy. Today, there are now more than 20 disease-modifying therapies, which means there is a lot more hope for people who hear those fateful words, "You have MS," from Dina.
That doesn't mean the problem of MS is solved. And it doesn't mean that Dina's job is an easy one. MS specialists like Dina work with patients over years, sometimes over decades. And I can only imagine how hard it is to see a patient struggling just because a better treatment wasn't there in time for them. But regardless of the situation, Dina is always available to talk and provide some hope. Those of us who are involved in the local MS community know that special smile that washes across the faces of people when they tell you who their neurologist is.
Dina, it is our great pleasure and honor to present you with the 2021 Woman of Spirit Award. Congratulations and thank you for all you have done and continue to do for people living with MS.
Wow, I think my head is spinning after all of that. I am very humbled and very touched by this video. I cannot thank you all enough. Luckily, I have some notes here, so just bear with me. I am incredibly grateful for this honor and accept this award on behalf of the entire Penn MS team, who are the real spirits behind the work we all do. I have never before had the joy and privilege to work with such an incredible team. It is the most fun I've ever had coming to work and the happiest I've ever been in my career. Our team brings their heart and soul to the job every single day. I wouldn't be here without the mentorship of Amy Pruitt and Steve Galetta, who led me to pursue a career in neurology. I am grateful to Clyde Markowitz for teaching me both the science and the art of being an MS physician. Thank you to Clyde for having the vision for our MS Center, for knowing that we needed to bring Professor Amit Bar-Or to our team to make it possible to advance the field for all of our patients. To all who work to make that happen and continue to support our collective mission, Dr. Francis Jensen, our chair, Dr. Brenda Banwell, Chief of Child Neurology at CHOP, Dr. John Epstein, Phil O'Calla, and Melissa Anderson. I would like to thank Amit for mentoring me through the second phase of my career, or as I like to call it, Dina's plan to survive the empty nest syndrome, which is too rapidly approaching. We are fortunate to have Amit at Penn to provide answers, especially during the pandemic, and for his dedicated work to advance the field of multiple sclerosis. I have personally never seen someone work so hard to find these answers as quickly as possible to make a difference in the lives of people living with MS. Knowing he is on the job relentlessly, as well as our team, makes me feel ever more hopeful about the future of MS. Amit calls this the new MS, and he is right. When I look back over the past 20 years of my career, so much has changed. I know we still have a very long way to go and much, much more work to be done, but we're ready to do it. I'm grateful to Kristen Mccabe, who directs our team tirelessly and has skillfully managed to see us through the pandemic without missing a beat. Kristen makes certain that our patients get the care and treatments that they need and does so at all hours to make certain that nobody misses their medications. To our nurse practitioner team, Caitlin Pileggi, Megan Garabedian, and Sarah Zaccardi, as they are always there for our patients, whether to help them navigate a new diagnosis, manage their treatments, address their MS symptoms, or provide care during a relapse. They do so with incredible skill and compassion. Our nursing team, Erin Perrone, Dawn Johnson, Miriam Kasumu, Allison Noon, have handled all of the calls during this pandemic with great equanimity. They navigate the stress of this position with dedication, patience, and kindness. I'm deeply inspired by Nora Garland, the most brilliant, patient, and compassionate social worker I have ever known. She and Vanessa Zimmerman, equally brilliant and compassionate, lead support groups for our patients, including newly diagnosed patients, and have made the Penn MS Wellness Program a reality. We are fortunate at Penn to have pharmacists working with us in clinic, Ryan Fuller and Carrie Lindsay. They provide education to our patients about the medications and support them through any challenges, including navigating the complex financial and insurance hurdles and medication side effects. Thank you to my talented colleagues, to Joe Berger, who knows the answer to even the rarest of diagnoses and is one of the most gifted clinicians I know, to our newer faculty members, to Rachel Brandstatter, Jen Orthman Murphy, Chris Perrone, and Matt Schindler, who bring their clinical expertise and research talent to our team. I'm incredibly proud of the physicians you are, and you are the future of Penn, the Penn MS Center. Thank you to our research team, which is right now, AKA Carly Cherwani, unbelievably currently working double and triple time to see our many research studies through. And we're delighted to have our new team members, Gabby and Cameron. Ashley Jefferson has brought her thoughtful, creative skill set to provide leadership as our innovative care program manager, bringing answers to our patients to provide cutting-edge MS care in real time. Her outstanding work helped Dr. Bar-Or and our rising star, Dr. Mahir Kakara, to study the cellular response to the SARS-CoV-2 vaccines in our patients on immunosuppressive medications. That is pivotal work to guide us through the pandemic. Every day, I thank my lucky stars for Yvonne Santos, who I've worked closely with for about 18 years. She ensures that I don't forget anything, any clinic or patient scheduled, and importantly, that my head is attached to my body before I go to clinic. Yvonne is one of the most patient, calm, and smartest people I know. She knows how to get anything done, and she is wickedly funny. All of us on the Penn MS team would like to acknowledge the Delaware Valley chapter of the National MS Society for their devotion to people living with MS in their fundraising efforts that have supported research, education, and fellowship training to educate the next generation of MS providers. The MS Society's Navigator program helps patients find the services and care they need. Kevin, you and I have grown up in this field. I'm grateful to you for supporting the community, for your advocacy work, and for supporting all of the patients and providers in this area. Thank you for the generosity of the donors, many of whom are here today and who make all of this work possible, and for those who volunteer their time. A special thank you to Christine and Tom Nerney for all of their work for supporting WAMS and the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. I live with a tenet that my goal on this earth is to do my very best to make the world a better place. It's my obligation. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to have had the training that I had, and it wasn't an opportunity that my mom had. In Judaism, tikkun olam refers to repair of the world. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, one of my dearest of heroes, lived with this core value and said, I would like to be remembered as someone who used whatever talent she had to do her work to the very best of her ability. When I walk into a room to care for patients, I bring the voices of several role models. One is my brother Scott, who is an obstetrician. He has a gentle, steady approach in guiding others that calms people, including me, even during the dire situations that exist in his field. My brother Ian comes with me as well. He is brilliant and has boundless energy and enthusiasm. My mother, who instilled in me the philosophy of Tikkun Olam, brings her gentle self to each exam room I go into. My father was the first clinician I interned with when I worked as his dental assistant starting in junior high. Drew Mellon, the Penn physician who safely shepherded my children into this world, comes too. He was truly one of the best physicians I have known and could always read my fears and concerns and address them. I cannot do this work without my family and friends. To my two big brothers, Ian and Scott, who led me to a career in medicine. To Ian, who taught me how to do triathlons when I had more time and will again later, and gives me advice. And to Scotty, who always makes me laugh and listens to me when I cry. To surviving the times they scared me by hiding in my closet and jumping out at me in the dark. They have taught me the skills to survive in medicine in the pandemic. Just keep running like when your big brother is about to show you his latest wrestling maneuver or football tackle. Thank you, Peggy, for your sage counsel every day and keeping me on my path always. To Christine for knowing everything there is to know about life and primary care and always providing advice when I need it, and for adopting Cosmo so I didn't come home with a second puppy. Hillary has helped me so much to navigate academic medicine at Penn. I am thankful for socially distant backyard dinners in the pandemic with Evie and Terry. To Michael, who has been a guiding angel in my life since first grade. To Liz and Barbara for our girls' weekends that keep me going, and to the Tappan Zee High School squad who keeps me laughing. My husband, Jim, is the most egalitarian partner that I could have ever hoped for. He cares for our children and me with immense love and dedication, allowing me to accomplish my work. It is for him that the children are fed and clothed every day, and they make it to everywhere they need to be on time, because that would not happen if it were me. He often tells me that he is proud of me, and that keeps me going every day. We are so very proud of our children, Emma and Max, who are amazing souls. They teach me every day how to live. It is an awesome adventure to see life through their perspectives. Finally, I would like to thank my patients. They have taught me the most important lessons in my lifetime: how to be brave and to face each day with courage, intention, and joy. My medical training and the ability to care for patients and be involved in their lives is an absolute privilege for which I am extremely grateful. Thank you to the WAMS committee for this award.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jacobs. You are such an inspiration, and you are certainly more than worthy of this award. So congratulations, and thank you so much for all that you do. Also want to take this opportunity to thank not only Dr. Jacobs, but everyone at Penn Medicine for continuing to serve our community during these extraordinarily difficult times, during this pandemic, during everything that's making it more difficult to even see patients and connect with patients. Oh, and of course, we have a brief shout out as well to the members of the University of Pennsylvania Health System Bike MS team. They'll be riding in the City to Shore ride next weekend. We usually cover that. It's a big deal. And I know that everybody's excited about that, and we're wishing everybody the best of luck on your big ride. So on behalf of the National MS Society, we do want to thank our committee, all of our sponsors today, for all of your support. You've been able to see your donation and your name scrolling across the screen. If you made a donation today, we wanted to give you a shout out as well. So you were able to see that scrolling, and here we are, $27,021 right now. Thank you all so much. Yay, more confetti, more confetti. We can't have enough confetti. Next time it's going to be real, but let's enjoy the virtual confetti for now. So if you have not had a chance, though, to bid on auction items, don't worry. It's okay. The auction will remain open until 5 p.m. on Monday, so you can be sure to donate by then. Just check out wams2021.givesmart.com. Also, we do want to let you know, if you weren't able to join today with us virtually, the recording of this virtual event will be available for you on YouTube. It'll be linked on wams2021.givesmart.com as well. So feel free to share with your friends and your family just to let them know how the show went today. And we do appreciate that, spreading the word. So as we close the program, I'm excited to announce the National MS Society is uniting our 16 luncheons across the nation under one brand now, Together for a Cure MS Luncheon. So what this means is that next year's event will be called Together for a Cure Philadelphia. It's a bold new move, a bold new name, but our commitment to bringing women together to help each other remains the same. I hope that you'll make plans to join us next year. Women living with MS need to continue this tradition until MS is no more, and we're hoping that we can all be in person next year. We're going to keep our fingers crossed on that one. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us, and thank you so much for your generosity. Stay safe, be blessed. We hope to see you next year at Together for a Cure Philadelphia. And also now I have a surprise, we understand, for our honoree and everyone who joined us today. Please welcome the Penn Glee Club for a very special performance. Take care.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Well, here comes the sun, do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right, do-do-do-do-do. Little darling, the smiles returning to their smiles on their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Well, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right, do-do-do-do-do. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. It comes. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly, it's slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Well, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right, do.